The Lakeland Stadium here in Cumbria is considered by many to be one of the best driver circuits in the UK. With overtaking opportunities at every corner, what better place than this to kick off the 33rd running of the Super 1 British Karting Championships? Before we get underway, every season we kick off round one with the look at the ones to watch, including 2 top seeds and 1 outside the seeded places likely to shine. In IAME Cadet, the official MSA British Cadet Championship, only 2 top seeds remain. Johnny Edgar was my pick to win it last year, but he came up short. Having just become the first driver ever to win 3 consecutive British Open titles, who won the O-Plate on his kart for the 3rd year in a row, Johnny is my pick to take the IAME Cadet title this time around. However, and it's a big however, Dexter Patterson running the 7 plate will be a tough nut to crack. Always consistent and a regular front runner last season, Patterson will be hunting Edgar down to grab the title for himself. A rookie this season, but a driver who came to my attention in the Super 1 support races last year. Look for Bray Keneally to be the top rookie in 2015, and with a prize of a full season Super 1 racing on offer for the top rookie this year, including entries, tyres and fuel, Mum and Dad Keneally, with Bray and older son Finn in Minimax to support, will be hoping Bray can take some pressure off the Keneally family purse strings and reduce their karting costs in 2016. I actually think he can do even better than that though. I'm not ruling out a top 6 finish by the end of the season for the young man from Hertford. Let's have a quick look at the virtual map of the circuit. Through the start-finish line, the first chicane, always action there, down to McRae's hairpin, back up to Iredale's hairpin, come out of there down to the Stewart S's. That leads you into the right-hander here at St John's, left-hander is Sunny Bend, the final turn, Paddock Bend, leads you back across the start-finish line. Well, here's the graphic showing the top 30 drivers on the grid. 34 actually make up the grid. Johnny Edgar and Dexter Patterson on the front row, 2 of my 3 ones to watch. The other driver I mentioned is going off P34. That's Bray Keneally. He's had an absolutely disastrous day so far. Can he turn it round when the TV cameras come out? We're on board with Finley Bunce in this one. Over to you, Jake.
Yes, indeed, into the chicane for the first time. I think I just saw Jamie Day getting pulled off there. Yes, indeed, there's the confirmation. The 69 sadly not taking the start for this first race of the season as they make their way down to McRae's for the first time. And Finley Bunce chasing down Lorcan Hannafin in the 11 in about 5th position. So we're right in the midst of the top 6 off the start. Out in front though, it is the 0. It is the O-Plate. Absolutely fantastic start from Johnny Edgar. Dexter Patterson down in 4th position at the moment, behind Georgi Dimitrov, doing a great job in 3rd position. Finley Bunce there at 6th position, having a look, goes Patterson into 3rd, 2nd place. Very good overtaking move there at Stewart S's. Marvellous performance in that one, and that is not an easy move to get done. One person into the Stewart S's is one
contact.
thing. Yeah, there was a little bit of a bounce in the back of the field, wasn't there? That's the 46.
46 is off.
Oh dear, that is Archie Mace who's out of the race then. Big disappointment for him in the first race of the season. On board again with Bunce as we chase down Hannafin. Dimitrov is in front of us in 4th position. Great view from the onboard into the chicane for the first time. Right, left, right. Use plenty of curb because that gives you a good advantage on the run down to McRae's, and he is closer to Hannafin on this lap, so he's got a good opportunity here. Patterson now into 2nd place. I think this is going to be the rivalry of the season in IAME Cadet. I think it's going to be Edgar versus Patterson all the way throughout.
Yeah, I did say that in the ones to watch. It was between these 2, and I think that's the way it's going to be through the season. There are other drivers, and we're seeing some of them in front of the onboard cameraman here, Finley Bunce. The 11 kart, for example, Lorcan Hannafin, has made a great progression during the winter months, and he's going to be a player as well, as are the few karts in front of him. But I do think at the end of the day, it is going to come down to Edgar and Patterson, which one of them is going to score enough points during the season to take this championship. Great onboard footage. Cross the line that time. Mechanical flag for Abbey Pulling, 49. A couple of laps later on. pretty much still as you were.
Absolutely. Your leader is Edgar from Patterson. Third place, Harry Thompson, just in front of Georgie Dimitrov. Down to McRae's again. Oh, this is Reggie Dewey on the inside of Simmons for 8th place. Good move. And it looks as though Maxwell Dodds might get an opportunity to go through as well on the exit of the hairpin, but he's going to get the outside line. He tucks back in. Very nicely done, but he looks like he's about to lose a place as well. That's Brandon Martland going through. Very nice move.
Reggie Dewey racing for the 3D Racing team this year, Danny Russell's team. Danny, a long-time runner in the Super 1 Championship, so he'll be getting good advice from him during the season. Reggie was a Dad and Lad team last year, but 3D Racing is who he's with this time.
Yes, indeed. Finley Bunce and Lorcan Hannafin having a great scrap here just outside the top 3. This could go all the way to the death, and Hannafin looks really threatening here on Finley Bunce. It's not clear-cut who's going to get the victory in this little battle here as they go into the chicane once again. And who's that chasing them down? That's the 23 of Georgie Dimitrov, still in the midst of that battle then. Hannafin lining up a move. No, he decides to hang back for the moment. Dimitrov gaining ground all the time, and keep an eye on the man behind them as well. I think that's Brandon Martland having stepped away from the battle, and he's now closing in. Oh, big slide there from the 58 of Bunce. He was very lucky to catch that one. And sorry, no, it was Taylor Barnard who's catching on to that back of the grid as well. Great moves through the field from Barnard, but look at Edgar. He's already clearing off into the distance.
Yeah, Edgar looks like, to be fair, he may have won this race on lap 1. Back on board with Finley Bunce. That's Lorcan Hannafin in front. Great on-board pictures today. That's on-board camera in this one and the next race coming up in Minimax. Fantastic picture as they come down to the final turn, paddock bend into this right-hander.
Yeah, a little bit of a kiss on the bumper on the way through there. Did you notice? They're getting very close, and again, very close indeed. Talk about no quarter given. They are as close as that.
Yeah, standard for cadets to be pushing each other along, of course. They're trying to get back to the carts in front.
It's the difference, isn't it, between pushing each other along and pushing each other off, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all well in love and war as long as you're helping each other out down the straight, but
yeah,
that just shows you how close it is.
Yeah, you'll notice that Finley there, when it came to the corner, he just backed off a little bit. He doesn't want to keep that pressure on and then push him off in the corner.
Oh, nice move.
Find out he's getting a black flag.
Nice move there. Bray Keneally making his way through the field rapidly, so good work from Keneally, and obviously having started last on the grid, it'll be interesting to see where he finishes up, and still we've got this little battle for 8th position. Brandon Martland just in front of Reggie Dewey. Great little battle there, and look how quickly Barnard is closing up on this battle. Finley Bunce and Lorcan Hannafin were on board with Bunce again as they go into the hairpin at paddock bend once
a little
again.
bit of contact there coming out. No damage done though. Finley Bunce on the 58. That's Georgi Dimitrov's information, the 23 kart, the man from Newmarket, part of the Fusion Motorsport setup, of course. I've always said, Jake, it's great to see kids that were running sort of in the midfield last year doing really well. That's Harry Thompson on the 71.
Yep, through to second place. He's got past Dexter Patterson, the man from Essex. He's done very well there as Thompson, the man from Glasgow. Dexter Patterson in third position, now trying to wrestle it back. It's Fusion 1 and 2 at the moment with the AIM kart of Dexter Patterson in third position. We're on board again with Bunce, and that is Taylor Barnard in front, so he's managed to make the move. I'm really impressed with Taylor in this opening round. He's done an absolutely cracking job, the 10-year-old from Norwich. He is right there in the mix, isn't he?
He was a Continental Cup winner at Trent Valley Kart Club recently, the end of last year. There's a warning flag over the start line for Clayton Ravenscroft. There he is as he flashed past it, so Ravenscroft's getting a warning for something we haven't seen. We were saying earlier, it's great to see these drivers improving. Certainly Taylor Barnard and Finley Bunce starting to play up the sharp end, but there's no sharper end than where Johnny Edgar is, and it looks like he's won this race.
Absolutely.
On that one, they just can't seem to close him down, Jake.
On home contact. Off into the gravel goes Piers Henderson. He manages to get it back together again. Let's see if we can have a look at it again. Who was that going for him on the inside? Oh dear, that's the 19, Matthew Hunt. He just gets a little bit too eager, I think, into McRae's, and unfortunately, it's poor Piers Henderson who gets the brunt of it. Into the last lap we go, and now Lorcan Hannafin has made the move on Finley Bunce. He's going to try and lock him out to the end of the race. Harry Thompson, new fastest lap. Very impressive to watch him come through. We talk about Edgar and Patterson. Thompson could be in that mix as well as Bunce makes the move on the inside of Lorcan Hannafin. Bray Keneally, look at how well he's done. 34th on the grid. He's currently just outside the top 10. Here comes Patterson. Having a look at Harry Thompson. He might be able to split the two Fusion Motorsports here. Johnny Wilkinson, the leading privateer at the moment, the 72. Just keeping an eye on him in the background. And up the inside comes Patterson. He's going to get Thompson. Very nicely done. Beautiful overtaking move there from Patterson. He splits the Fusion Motorsport karts on the final lap. But it's a win for Edgar. Second Patterson, third Thompson. Those three drivers are likely to be on the podium a lot more often in 2015. They've done an absolutely cracking job, and it's side by side over the line between two of the IAM karts. It's Edgar from Patterson and Thompson on the podium. Taylor Barnard a cracking fourth place. Hannafin just beats Brandon Martland, who pips Finley Bunce on the last lap. Dimitrov, Dewey and Joseph Taylor rounding out the top 10.
Just talk us through the race. It was a close one between you and Dexter, but couldn't quite catch Johnny, could you?
No, I managed to get past Dexter few laps in. Then we pushed for about 5 or 6 laps, but we didn't quite get to Johnny.
Dexter started pole in that one, but finished second in the end. It was close between you and Harry there, but didn't quite have enough to catch Johnny, did you, today?
No, I locked up at the start and I lost some places, and I got back up to second, and then Harry caught up to me and we tried to get to Johnny, but we couldn't in the end. So Harry defended for the second last corner and I got him on the switchback.
Johnny, British Open champion for 3 years now. That's a record. You won that Open Championship here last weekend, but first round of the British Championship this weekend. Not often I say this, but you pretty much won that on lap 1, didn't you? What were you thinking there?
I was really happy. I got a bit of a gap early on, and then I thought they would have managed to push back up to me, but they couldn't quite catch me. And I'd just like to thank Fusion Motorsport, my mechanic Craig Boyd, Louise Goodman.
So Edgar wins the televised final, but 11 points cover the top 3 with Patterson out in front. More after the break.